Okay, just a follow up to an interview that we did before with Michael has some news after returning from England. So I just want you to update people on what's happened to you in the last few months and then leading up to where you are right now today.
Right. Well, I just signed a contract with the club in Iceland called Tindastal, I believe is how it's pronounced. There's some hard words there. It's been sort of a long, convoluted road. And it kind of came out of nothing, really. The last time I was here, I was kind of looking for what was next. I had some opportunities come up in Norway, and one of them was pretty promising, and it got dragged on for a really long time, and then for various reasons kind of all fell apart pretty late. And so I was really kind of scrambling, and then I was fortunate enough to have this team in Iceland contact me pretty much out of nowhere, asking me how I felt about living in Iceland, and I said I wouldn't mind living in Iceland, and here we are.
Can you talk to us a little bit and explain? It's probably new to you too, the level of play that you're expecting. It's a new country, maybe
Right.
a different style.
Sure, I'm sure it'll be a different style. Honestly, I know very little about football in Iceland. I mean, I spent time in Norway, a little bit of time, and the level was good there, and they had positive things to say about the play in Iceland. So I'm sure it's going to be at a high level, but I honestly don't know very much yet because it's all happened so recently.
Yeah. And your contract, if you want to not talk about financial part of it, but can you talk about if it's a 1 year, more than 1 year, kind of some of the things that they've offered you in living in Iceland?
Right. I just signed 1 year.
Yeah.
So it goes through this season. I get a salary of some sort, but they also cover all my living expenses.
Okay.
So what I get, basically, I can save.
Okay.
So they give me a house, and they pay for my food and all that sort of stuff.
So in kind of looking at this journey, England for a year to get your master's, which has helped you a little bit, I'm sure, in creating a resume video file, if you want to say that, and then there's also a chance maybe after Iceland to maybe look to go back to Norway or somewhere else.
Right, definitely. That's the goal. I still have contacts in Norway. The team that was promising, it's possible that situation could change and it might work out.
Would you like to talk about your training experiences over the last 4 or 5 months? I know you moved out of England,
right?
And I don't blame you. So now you spend a little bit of time training, so if you could just kind of talk about that a little bit.
Right. So after I went to Norway, I left England pretty much immediately, actually, because I was in a position where I just had to wait and hear what was going to happen. So I went and stayed in Spain, which is a much more affordable place. England's very expensive. I went and stayed in Spain and trained with a team there. It was a team in the third tier in Spain, which is a decent level, but they were in a very small town on a very small island. So that was a very interesting experience. I was not only the only non-Spanish person there, but I was the only person not from the island that was there. But they, really embraced me there, and which is all I could have asked for. And it was a good group, good coaches. Every country you go to, they play a little differently. So what I did was a little bit different than what I did in England, and I'm sure it'll be different than what I'm going to do in Iceland.
On your journey, have you picked up some things that you think have helped you to be a little better goalkeeper, whether it's communication skills or just different training methods that have helped you?
Right. Definitely. Definitely. And there were things, honestly, some things I probably could have picked up here too. I was just too stubborn. But I mean, yeah, anywhere, it helps to see how other people approach the game, and each country approaches the game differently. So, now I can look at it from a different perspective than what I just had before coming from Whitman.